Oh hi, here's my vlog for the 9th of September, Monday, 10:46. Yesterday, what I accomplished was, I don't think I did anything in terms of exercise. For myself, I went to my mom's house and I went on a 4.5 mile bike ride with her. She was on the trike. We went up to J Road and back on the Cottonwood Trail. And that was the biggest ride we've done together all year. Next time I do it, next time I go on a ride with her, I think I want to run. Because I could keep up with her. In fact, this old lady passed her running. So, yeah, and then I came back here and I was trying to work on my, get these, figure out my phone, get these files from the cloud to my phone. It didn't work. I think I'm going to call Apple today. Maybe they can help me. Yeah, I was tired yesterday. I don't really even remember yesterday. As I was riding my bike back from my mom's house, she wants me to read a sleep book, and I think it's from that guy. But I have to find the Kindle that she loaned me. But he was saying, I was watching the thing as I was coming back, he was saying that when you don't get enough sleep, you can't form memories. And, yeah, I kind of, maybe that's, why I can't really remember what's going on. But yeah, I was busy. Managed to stay busy. But, then I slept, or I actually slept at her house. I went back there twice. I went back there in the evening again because I asked her if she had like clippers or something. She wants me to pay $35 to get my hair cut, but I have no money. I'm flat broke, and paying $35 to get my hair cut, that's for people with money. And last time I went in there, the girl didn't even really cut my hair that much, and it took her like 5 or 10 minutes, and yeah, I felt like a chump. So, and my mom, I've never cut my hair in my life, but my mom really wants me to not ever cut my hair. One time, she's like one of these people who thinks that you should never do anything even one time. But I was like, stop it, you know? I got kind of angry. I was like, stop bothering me about cutting my hair. Yeah, I saw that there's YouTube videos, so I went back there to, she had like clippers, so I picked the clippers up, but I told her about this show that I saw the ad for somewhere on YouTube or something, maybe Facebook. I think it was Facebook, as I was scrolling through the Facebook history groups I'm part of. I save all these history like images every single day from Facebook onto my phone, so I can get them onto my computer, the ones that I find interesting. All the new discoveries from megalithic tombs that I've never even seen before, man. So plug them into my site. But I mentioned that to her, and she had MSNBC, so we watched For Those About to Die, the first episode, about the gladiators and the building of the Colosseum in Rome, where Anthony Hopkins is Vespasian, so that was cool. I want to see if I can maybe watch the second one today. But then I came back and I fell asleep. I couldn't stay awake. And even when I was there the first time, she made me some food and I fell asleep on her couch. So I have like, I think I have, and then I saw the title of another video. This other lady, and the title said it takes 2 weeks to recover from sleep deprivation. That's kind of how I feel like. Because as I was riding my bike back, I was hearing what the guy's saying, that your brain can't flush away the proteins. It's like the brain poop. if you don't sleep, and then that putrefies and turns into, it makes you senile when you're older. And then all the other toxins in your body get flushed away when you sleep. And I feel toxic, and yeah, maybe that's kind of maybe how I feel. Like I need to get extra sleep so I can wash away all the extra toxins in my brain and my body. But yeah, because I feel like wonky and sick and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I'll just have to fall asleep. But it was only on her couch. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. So, like, I even tried to sleep on her bed, and it didn't work. And that's probably why I yawned. It's telling me that, hey, you've got some sleep you need to catch up on. But I have years of sleep I need to catch on, so I don't know how that's going to work. But, when it got dark, I was still a little groggy because it was kind of getting dark because I rode home. And so I was like, I was groggy at our house just a little bit ago. Let's just lay down, go to sleep. So, yeah, I think it was like 8:30 or 9, like 8:30 where, hey, it had just gotten dark where I turned off all my lights and I went to bed, so that I can get up in the morning. From now on, whenever it gets dark, even if it's like 8 or 6, I'm just going to jump in bed. Because I'd rather get up before dawn and get to sleep before, like at dawn, at dusk, than to stay up at night. Because that's what I've been doing, and I need the sun, I need the vitamin D, I need to be able to, if I want to do a big ride or something, I have to have the scheduling already ready to go so I can start, or even earlier. The Romans would start at midnight. If I want to do a really big trip, I'd start at midnight. But, it's going to be a month before I even get my health back. But last night was the very first night where I actually slept. Like Arya thought. It was the first night that I had a dream that I remembered having the dream after I woke up. And I was still dreaming when my mom called me. She called me, it was like, half hour ago. She wanted me to go over, I guess we was going to go on a ride or something. So I got up and I got my shoes on, and then I called her, and then she changed her mind and was like organizing the house. So just took my shoes off, and what I'm gonna do is today is try to figure out this phone. I'll even call and see how I can ask why it's not moving. I just be able to get certain stuff onto my hard drive. I have like 500 different exercises. Like each video is a completely different exercise. Because I have like 3,500 videos from like 500 different exercises on my site, on my website. But it's not all done, but it's on the sports page. But to categorize all the strength of all the different exercises and the main ones. And so I was cherry picking just the easiest ones from each to put on one big folder, so when I go to the gym, I can just pull them up to get ideas from stuff and then to beat somebody. And then what I do is whenever I beat somebody, I would then put the next level up on my phone until I beat that person. And I even have one of myself. I have a bunch of myself from when I was doing this on YouTube years ago. But I have what's called the dumbbell doozy. It's a CrossFit exercise. I think they call it the dumbbell bear, I think. Where you do, and I only saw one person do it. It's for some reason CrossFit doesn't do like dumbbell complexes. They don't. I think maybe they do it on purpose. They don't do exercises anybody can do at home, so that people can't like poach off of them or something. But this was a long ass time ago. It was like the man was with 70s, and the woman was with like 45s. I think the woman may have been with the same weight that I had. Because my heaviest dumbbell is 45s. And so that's the weight I'm going to use. I wish it was 50 because you could round it up, but 45 is good enough. Yeah, so what you do is you stand up and you do like 5 dumbbell deadlifts and then 5 dumbbell, like, I guess you call them hang squats or whatever. 5 dumbbell hang squat, overhead presses, and then it's like 4 different things. And then you do like 5 rounds of it. And I did it once back when I was like a long time ago, 15 years ago, and or longer than that, 17 years ago. Jesus Christ. And in like 2008, and I think I did 3 rounds because I only tried it once. This is back when I was only started lifting. I was like 170 or something, and so yeah, I have that on my phone. So like I can kind of like work out and kind of catch up to where I was then. That'll be interesting. But I'll do that one. I can do that one here to incorporate that dumbbell stuff with my MMA thing routine. But yeah, so it's cool to know that I have videos. I look way stronger and more fit then, but maybe I can get stronger now. I think I can, actually. I may not get the most fit motherfucker on the planet because I'm too old, but I'll get fitter than I ever was because I never actually exercised, for more than a few weeks at a time because I've been doing this website for so long, slave to the website for too long, and before that, slave to traveling and studying Spanish. And yeah, if you ever decide you want to do something, don't let your parents tell you not to do it because you're the one who has to live with those consequences. Your parents are going to die and go senile, and they'll never even remember telling you that. Even if they're crying and screaming and gnashing at the teeth and begging, they'll still never remember, and it's still not their life. It's not them with the memories. And it's kind of like waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to get back to sleep again. Like, you may never get the opportunity again. Like me, I never would have had the money, ever, unless I got lucky. Because people don't donate money to me, and they don't hire me for jobs, and I don't get roommates because of my website. So the only time I ever had a chance to try to be an athlete was when I was a kid, a teenager, 17, and going on from there. But I allowed my drunk father to talk me into to demand that I stop racing bikes, and that kind of turned me into a stoner. And then that's when my brain kicked in, decided I had to do intellectual stuff. So I'm only able to become an athlete at 50. But luckily my idiot father died, so I don't have him to gnash teeth at me. Hey, don't do it. And it's like a cycle. It's like the abuse cycle. Because I remember growing up, he complained that his mother never let him join the cross-country team because she said he had asthma, and that was so mean of her. So then he grows up and tells me that I can't race bikes because I have a knee problem when I'm 14, and then he forced me out of it again when I was 17 because there's no money. So I think he was like low IQ. If you're low IQ, the families, they just repeat the same cycle because people's brains aren't good enough to remember 25 years or 35 years beforehand because it's just memories, I guess, escape. I guess if you're a drunk, because he was a drunk his whole life, except for the last 9 years of his life. So if you're a drunk, I guess you don't remember anything also. So anyway, so it's good. I'm glad that I hit rock bottom. Like, my hip is hurting right now. And that my computers don't work. And my other computer, my only computer, might die pretty soon too. I have to back my website up, the folder on my website, the history books, to my external hard drives. Like right now, that's what I'm going to do right now. Before my computer dies. I did back it up to the website yesterday, but my server, I didn't make the links to them, but because I can't, the computer is not strong enough to open Dreamweaver. And nobody would give me money or buy me another computer because I'm the only one in the world who has value on a website that looks like mine. Even though in like 100 years, everybody's website will look exactly like mine. I guarantee you. I'll be alive to see it. I'll be like, I told you so. It's the principles of speed reading, man. Why would you be a speed reader and have a book that's designed for a 4-year-old? It makes no sense. If we all become speed readers, we'll all have speed reader websites, which is what mine is. If you want to know the difference between my website and a regular website, look at the U.S. page for the CIA World Factbook on my website, and look at the U.S. page for the CIA World Factbook on the CIA World Factbook site. And that's it. Look at them. Learn your lessons from America. It's interesting stuff on CIA page, and then do the same thing. Learn your lessons from America on my page, and that will explain it to you. That right there is the difference between me and everybody else on this planet. because I'm the only person who actually designs a site for text density, for speed editing on the internet. And I eventually want to do it with ChatGTP. Like I'll say like on chat, hey, anything within quotes, give it this font, So when you read it, whenever it's a font with a quote, and then you could use ChatGPT whenever it reads it. You could say, hey, whenever this font, read it with a this guy's voice or this guy's voice. Like, yeah, dude, ChatGPT. That's what ChatGPT is for. My website's perfect for that, for ChatGPT. If I was working on my site now, I'd be doing all with ChatGPT. Not all of it, because ChatGPT isn't smart enough to do it, right all the time. But it kind of, I'm like, oh my God, once it gets good, whoa. And then people will start making websites, They'll realize that websites are like a super fancy form of art, Like if you want to decorate your house to accentuate your personality, Like me, if you look around at my house, you would notice that I like animals, I like bicycles, I like plants, I like colors, I like animal houses, I like big TVs, I like sports, different sports. You know what I mean? You could figure out a lot about somebody just from looking at their house. Same thing with a website. And the more intricate we are as a society and as an individual, the more you would figure each other out and yourself and one other person quicker when you have a more intricate like website. So yeah, websites are the future. People are and they'll just do them on their own. That's why people will drop out of school, because they'll need the time to build their websites, and they don't need anybody to teach them because it's all personalized. How do you have somebody else teach you how to be you? That's not. In fact, everything about schools is obsolete. There's no reason anybody should be in a classroom. The only reason, it's like daycare. It's like to take care of the kids because the parents are working or something. Anyway, so yeah, when I woke up, dude, I woke up like feeling different. Like refreshed in a new way, because I slept for the first time last night. Like actually REM slept in years, because of I smoked too much weed. I had too much weed in my system, and also I was too wound up because I didn't want to sleep anyway. Like I was trying to stay awake with energy drinks, and I just got my body into the habit of never sleeping. And so when I got up, yeah, I felt good, but I still feel sick. Like I still need more time from my sleep to get rid of my brain toxins and body toxins. But yeah, I felt great. I got up last night at like 1:30, and I had a sandwich because my stomach was rumbling, and I didn't want to wake up hungry, because that's another one of my weak links. Like I have a bunch of weakest links. My body is composed of this big long chain where every single link is about to snap. So one of my weak links is my stomach can't absorb food. Like I can't eat, my mouth doesn't get wet, and I can't eat very fast. It takes forever. And then my stomach fills up, and when it does fill up, it takes forever to digest. So I have to make sure to kind of graze throughout the day in order to feed myself enough, because I'm always a little bit undernourished. Yeah, but I've got a bunch of weak links: left hip, left ankle, right knee, left knee when I'm riding my bike. So both knees, back in a few different places. And when I say back, I don't mean back muscle. I mean inside the spine, the tendons around the spine itself, like the sharp shooting pain type of stuff. So I have to stretch all that out. Neck, when I ride my bike, eyesight's going out. Also asthma came back. I had asthma all day yesterday and night. That's actually the thing that woke me up, or made me not be able to go to sleep. I was listening to Mommsen. No, not Mommsen. Montesquieu, which is the best book for any politician to read. I read it a couple times. I read it on my website once or twice, and now I'm doing it on Audible for the first time. And yeah, like for example, I love learning all the little random laws that he mentions. Like what was the one that I thought was interesting? I was like, wow, that's interesting. Man, my brain barely works though. Um, maybe it'll come back. I'll talk some of the other ones. Like, since 256 BC in Rome, like when somebody owed you money, you would hold that person in your house. You wouldn't send them to jail. You'd send them in your house. And then, like, right after the Punic Wars, one guy escaped his debtor's house with whipped, all famished, and like whipped signs all over his body and whip marks, and ran to the forum, you know, and complained that he used to be a centurion and he lost his farm from the debtors, and that's when they had the plebeian revolt and had the reformations. So I didn't know that they would hold him in your house. Then they made a law where you couldn't do that. You'd have to hold him in your in the jail. And then, yeah, he was saying that it was not right and bizarre, where a king would would be the judge over his own prosecution, which is what Donald Trump's trying to do, because he's supposed to make it more third party. If people read the history, they would realize how Donald Trump is like everything the worst with politics. He's like, every law in history that was ever written was written against people who did stuff, all the stuff that Donald Trump does. But we're having to figure all that out because nobody reads history. That's basically what's going on. But there was another law. What's that other law? Man, I can't remember. Whatever. My brain, my memory barely works. Yeah, so what I'm going to do today is, see, I'm kind of running my life by the seat of my pants still. So I just basically have to count to 10 and take my time. For the first time in my life, I'm like Mr. Rush it, rush, rush. You know, I'm Mr. Rush, but only do one thing. So just stay focused on the website and then cut everything out. But I can't cut stuff out because I have to catch up on stuff. So, and I'd like to catch up on my life enough to be able to get another animal, because they're selling gargoyle geckos for like $50. I might be able to afford $50 for a gargoyle gecko. I think they eat. Yeah, I might be able to feed it, but I have to be organized for that. So anyways, I'm gonna take my time having a sandwich, take my time cleaning my place. I haven't thoroughly organized my place yet. Not even one time since I started to get back in shape. Like that thing. Oh, awkwardly. That's this little ferret tunnel thing that I won at a raffle at the ferret get-together, the ferret party a couple months ago. It was like a year ago or something. And I just put it up there. I don't have a place to put it. The ferrets don't really need it because I have enough tunnels. But I did see them running through it once, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. And other things in my house, and find things. Like I need to fix my glasses, but in order to do that, I need to find the hairdryer that Kirsten left here, and to rebin my glasses. And then I need to find needle nose pliers to help bend my glasses. I don't know where those are, so I basically have to look in everything and find everything, and then I'm going to clean also. And all that's exercise for me, you know, walking around and cleaning, that's exercise, even now. Like 5 years ago, I could have just jumped up and ridden my bike 100 miles or whatever. Actually, I did. I did the Ironman course. Yeah, back in 20, I tried to ride up Flagstaff a bunch of times at night, but I couldn't because my chain skipped. Because my bike was old. Yeah, so I couldn't do it. The chain got old. But I had insomnia after I came back from that and didn't get any sleep, and decided to go and do the Ironman course on my bike with zero sleep. But then I forgot to strap up my arms because I got in a wreck also a little bit before that. That's where I have that mark on my elbow from the dirt mark. And so I forgot to strap up my elbow, so the scabs broke off and then stuck to the handlebar. And so every time I took my handlebar, it pulled the scab, and it was like excruciatingly painful all day long. And yeah, I can't remember how long it took me And then the tire was rubbing against the frame the entire time. Because they sold me a bike with tires that were too big for the frame. And so every time I stood up, it was like I was like slamming on the brakes. So I had to ride only sitting down. And then it started slamming on the brakes sitting down. Like, I could stand up in the beginning, but then the bike kind of flexed in because it was the very first time I ever rode that bike, the time trial bike. But anyway, I think I beat like the vast majority of the people in my age group at the time for that. So anyway, on that course, 113 miles. So yeah, I rode 113 miles with 0 sleep, with a scab breaking off my handlebar the whole time. After having, I think I rode like 10,000 vertical feet like the night before. So anyway, I couldn't do that now. Hell no. And 2 years ago, I rode up to Brainerd, and I couldn't do that now either. If I got in the morning, and I'll try it before it gets cold, I could probably barely make it to Ward. And it's possible I could make it to Brainerd, but I don't think so. I would probably just like wear out, you know, like low blood sugar. That's what it would feel like. But what it is in actuality is I just don't have the fitness for it. And also my stomach would be able to process anything I eat. Yeah, so it's just time. But I was talking to my mom the other day when we went on a drive, and I was like, man, I know I feel like I can't pick it up. She's like, oh, no, you can bring it back. The human body can. It just takes time. You know, it took forever for me to ruin my body. So it'll take a lot less time to fix it, but it'll still take months. So I'm kind of glad I'm starting at the end of the summer so that I can hit the ground running next spring. Hopefully be up to snuff, more or less, at least competent. So, yeah, and I feel even kind of groggy. So if I feel even slightly groggy, I'm gonna lay down and just take advantage of that grogginess and just take a nap, you know, until I'm not groggy anymore and get up. So today, what I'm gonna spend my time with, as soon as I have it, hopefully I'll have the time. I'm just gonna stretch, like my entire body, lower body, upper body, and then if I have time, lift weights, but mainly stretch. And yesterday I was listening to Montesquieu, so I'll listen to Montesquieu all day today. That was interesting, and I was even doing it last night at night. I think I'll listen to it again when I'm done with it. See, I'm yawning. Like, did you hear me yawn just then? That's what I've been doing every day on my vlogs for the last decade. Now, I got plenty of sleep last night, right? I got to bed at like 8:30 and I got up at 10. I got like 14 hours of sleep. I had insomnia during the night because I couldn't fucking breathe at the beginning at all. And then I woke up again, and then I had a meal, but I was in bed for 14 hours, and I got good REM sleep for the last 6 hours or something, right? So why am I yawning? I think it's my body telling me that, hey, you still have sleep to get caught up with, homeboy. You still have brain toxins to flush out. Alzheimer's protein, whatever that BS16 protein or whatever, flush out of your brain, and toxins to flush out of your body that only the sleep can do. So I'm like, okay, you know, like if I'm organizing the day and I suddenly get groggy, because me yawning like that doesn't mean I'm groggy. It doesn't mean I can just take a nap. I'm not groggy at all. I'm just yawning. So, yeah, so whenever I get kind of groggy, I will lie down and I will close my eyes and be like, ugh, because, you know, if you think about it, that's actually the best feeling in the world. Like, imagine if you were like a drug addict and you just wanted to feel good. What you would want is just to feel groggy so you can lay in bed and feel that, like, relax. Like you're just about to fall asleep, you know. Or maybe you don't even want to fall asleep because you can enjoy the feeling of being all relaxed and sunken into your bed. Yeah. Like that relaxed, sunken into your bed feeling, groggy feeling, like that's something that I never felt even when I woke up. Like normally you feel that when you wake up,
You wake up and you're like, oh, I feel nice. Let's kind of hang out here just a little bit. You know, that's why people hit the snooze button. Dude, for the last like 6 months or a year, whenever I wake up, I wake up already wired and like, like, and I don't want to, I mean, habitually I would try to, but no, there was no, and then of course I'd launch into the yawning. So, and that was because for so many years, psychologically, I would only go to bed when, like I was listening to that sleep guy, what's his name, Andrew Walker or something. He was saying that their studies say that your brain starts to function like a drunk person after 16 hours of being awake. Dude, that was like 16 hours was like the minimum I would work a day. I would average like 18 hours a day. So, and I know exactly what he's talking about, dude. And it is about 16 to 18 hours for me. Is everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, dude, you're like I start making mistakes, like, and then I don't remember making those mistakes. Like I'll start pacing over things I should not be pacing over. I'm basically have the IQ of a drunk person, and then it gets to the point where I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually doing harm to my website, like because I'm having to fix things, and I'm going way down the line of something, cut paste, where I'm actually going backwards because then I have to reverse that. And I'm like, oh wow, and that's usually when I'd be like, okay, well let's go to sleep now. So yeah, I'd work until I go wonky, half hour into wonky, and then I go to sleep, and then as soon as I gain consciousness, I get up and work. So I wouldn't even allow myself to relax. So then I kind of trained my body. So yeah, it's kind of no wonder why now I'm barely able to function. Like all of my links are weak. Back, all of my joints are about to go out. I don't remember what I did the next day. I feel toxic. I don't have energy, no appetite, can't absorb food. All of my muscles hurt, neck hurts. Yeah, so it's like going on a bike ride is like abuse. It's like body abuse because I'm just holding myself in this fused state, like what I've been doing on a bike. It doesn't know the same difference between that and when I'm working on the website. So I need to kind of stretch out all the muscles in my body. So yeah, I've kind of decided I'm only going to ride my bike like 2 days a week until I get reasonably fit, physically healthy. So anyway, so what I'm going to do today also, after doing this video, I'm going to go right to my mom's house because she said she found hair cutting scissors. I went there for clippers and she gave me like a razor for shaving. But then she found the scissors last night, so I'm going to go back there for the scissors, and she has more of those clip attachments. So I'm going to come back here and do it. So I'm just going to take my time, you know. Now another problem that I have is a psychological problem that I've developed, is I feel like if I take my time and I enjoy life, that's going to curse me and I'll run out of money. So there's also a part of me that's like expecting to run out of money, and I kind of might be, because the IRS keeps telling me I owe them $2,700, but that's like all bullshit. They just keep sending me the letters, and I call and they're like, well, I don't know shit. So maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong. If it's right, I'm fucked, and then I owe another $2,000 to my apartment. You know, $30,000 HELOC loan, and I've spent, and I have like a cushion of $5,000 that I could dip into that for. And $1,300 I owe on my, oh shit, I have to pay that off today. Oh shit, and it's a 33% loan if I didn't pay the first. Oh my god, because it's been like a month. Oh my god, I got to do that now. And if that kicks in now, I have to pay that off right away. For the credit for the car stereo. And then I'm back into debt with my credit card that I have to pay that bill like today. I didn't even pay the bills, my god. And so I actually am fucked with money, but I don't want to think about it because me relaxing makes me feel like I'm inviting that in. So the positive part about that is that I'm not blowing money on fast food anymore. $10, $11 here and there every day on Taco Bell, and then like $5 a day on energy drinks, and then $120, $130 a month on weed. You know, that saves me a lot of money right there, and that might bring me back. And then I'll be able to get a roommate because I'll be more of a mainstream person. exercising and stuff, like typical athlete type of person, more enjoyable. And then I'll do videos of the apartment, and yeah, maybe I'll be able to get a roommate at that point. There's this 24-year-old girl who says she wants to move in with me on the November 1st, but my mom doesn't want that, so I'll have to make my decision. She thinks it's sketchy, so I'll have to figure that out. But I mean, if that's true, that'd be cool. I could get a roommate. And she seems like a normal person too. I can't get psycho roommates anymore because problematic people, their problems and their hang-ups and stuff appear to get exasperated by me. Like, it seems like they're doing okay before they move in with me. They move in with me, and then all of a sudden they're having, like, psychological issues. And then they move out, and then it seems like they're okay again. You know, so I have a really bad effect, I think, on mentally ill people and low IQ people. I get along fine with regular people. So, because there's just too many, like, there's too many different things. You know, like a normal person, you would think that a house like this would be a dream house. You know, you get a couple of birds. There's a Savannah monitor in there. There's 2 ferrets running around. You know, I'm going to get more lizards here. I keep it perfectly clean. So it's like I put all in the effort in for you to get to live in Pee-wee's Playhouse. You would think that that would be like me as a 25-year-old would have jumping up and down. Hey, hell yeah, because I'd be living here pretending it was my house, right? Like living in the lap of luxury, even though it wasn't me who did it. But the problem is when you get people in here who aren't into stuff, who are like walking like Muslims who want to live in just like a jail cell. Like they can't appreciate the beauty, but then they notice the slight little downsides, you know, like they'll smell the ferret pee. They won't care about the ferrets being here, or maybe they'll care a little bit, but then they'll get real pissed off if they see ferret pee, if they smell ferret pee or see ferret poop. You know, or if they hear the, it's like birds are okay, I guess, but if I hear them chirping, oh, I can't deal with that, you know. So, you know, with every beautiful artistic and addition, for somebody who doesn't appreciate that, all you're doing is causing problems for them. Like over there in the hallway. Like my first roommate I had for 8 years. To a normal person, like that would be cool to see fish whenever I get around to fish in the fish tank glowing at night. Plants everywhere, like isn't that awesome house? Well, no. My roommate who I had for 8 years would have not dealt with that. He would straight up torn the stuff off the wall. He would have banged into it because he's clumsy. He would have blamed me for putting it there and he would have torn it off the wall. And then I would have, of course, had to kick him out for vandalizing my apartment. So that's why when you're super artistic like this, like you have to be kind of discretionate of who you let live here. Also, they can steal stuff that I could never replace. So, yeah, so I'm kind of catch-22 with the website. But I'm hoping that my website will eventually help contribute to making websites commonplace so that people could then have websites in the future and not get ostracized by society just because they have a website. Hey, look at what my birds are doing. They think that they're trying to kill the person and his dog or whatever that's on there. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to. I'm still trying to gain my health back. Not even my fitness. I'm trying to gain my health back. But, you know, I get to gauge my fitness as every time I ride my bike to my mom's house, and I feel a little bit stronger. So anyways, that's what I'm up to today. I'm just going to stretch all day, organized stretch, and maybe a little bit of dumbbells in my house or something else. But I'll probably be busy all day long just stretching and organizing. And when it gets dark, I'll go to bed. I was doing my lights last night, so I'll do my lights all night, my healing lights, and put them over my eyes, see if I can help heal my eyes that way. And then, yeah, so that's what I'm up to. And then in a couple of days, my mom actually was the one who reminded me. I was just on the phone with her. I have to move my plants on the outside, inside, because it's getting cold. And like it's cool because you see how those plants, they have the black liner. All I have to do is remove the black liner from all those plants, and then place the black liner here. So it takes no time at all. You just take it out, and I have those everywhere. I have that one. I have that big one there. I've got 4 big ones there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha, big buckets that are empty. That one. That one. That one. That one. And then you have the 2 heads that dried up. I think those dried up. They might have dried up and they might have not had enough light. But by golly, I would have thought, see look, that light's not even on. Like, do you see all the lights that I have on here? Like, you'd think it'd be enough light. You see that plant? That plant's doing well because it's getting lighted from my marijuana plant light. But those have been there for like 3 or 4 years, dude. And look how healthy they are. Those 2. Because they're under that light. So, maybe I didn't water it enough. And I overpacked it. Like, the reason that all of the plants died in these ones is because I overpacked it. And it never got a chance to get wet. There was no area to create a reservoir. You have to leave at least an inch so that you can create a water reservoir so it can seep down. Otherwise, it'll just pour off the top and your roots will dry. It'll die within a couple days. So I was an idiot. I just didn't know. I'm like super neurotic and like anal. And I'm the kind of person who will like, without even thinking, I'll just pack it really hard all the way to the top. Oh, I did it right. No, you didn't, dude. Oh, God. So, yeah, so, it's going to be cool to have a bunch of plants because I have a whole bunch of plants out there. And I can put a bunch of plants in the little ones, too. Break them up and put in the little. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really psychologically healthy for me to have a bunch of plants inside because I'll be hanging out in my house all the time, exercising. Yeah, that's what I'm up to. That's my vlog for the day. 50-year-old trying to gain their health back and then eventually become an athlete, assuming I can afford it. If I can't afford it, I'll just straight up give up on life. I'll be a disaster of a human being because I'll have a hard time getting a job. When I do get a job, the job itself I'll be super unhealthy, physically unhealthy, and in pain, physical pain, working at a crappy job. Yeah, that'll absolutely suck. But nobody's gonna give me money because nobody has websites, man. It takes one to know one. Anyways, talk to you tomorrow.